You know that feeling you get after a kirtan, that spark? For years, I kept chasing that feeling. But then I started to wonder, am I just hearing an echo of something? I think that's why the feeling sometimes fades when you leave the room. It's not a failure in our practice. The environment itself can sometimes leak that energy. But what I discovered during my travels is that there are places on this earth that do the exact opposite. I've come to think of them as pranic reservoirs. These are places that don't just hold that beautiful energy, they seem to amplify it and turn that spark back into its original fire. Hello, my name is Sabin, and I have met so many international travelers who feel like they are burning out just trying to keep that small spark alive. And that feeling, it's really the reason I started Smukti. It's to help people stop chasing the echo and guide them to the fire itself. So in this video, I want to share about the science behind these sacred places, these pranic reservoirs. I think you will start to see the difference between just practicing devotion and feeling completely held by it. The difference between a fleeting spark and a fire that never goes out. So the question is, how does a place really become one of these pranic reservoirs? It's not magic. When you really look into it, it feels more like a sacred science. A science that has been part of an unbroken tradition here in India for thousands of years. Let's look at how it's done. First, it starts with the land itself, the body of the temple. It's almost like a cosmic antenna. An ancient science called Vastu Shastra was used to find places that already had a powerful natural energy. The whole building is then aligned with the cosmos to draw that energy and focus into one single point. And that point is the heart of the temple. It's called the Garbagriha, which means chamber. It's a small, dark, really powerful space, and it's designed that way on purpose to quiet everything from the outside and to amplify your own inner world so you can finally begin to hear. And this is the final, most sacred part of the process. That chamber isn't left empty. There is a ritual called Prana Pratishtha. It's like the divinity is literally invoked and breathed into the stone idol. Before this ritual, it's a beautiful statue. But after, you are no longer just praying to a symbol. You are in the living presence of the divine, a presence that can receive your devotion and radiate grace back to you. But what happens when the divine presence has been building for 1,000 years? It becomes a spiritual epicenter, a power that can just recalibrate your entire being. Hang on, because I'm about to reveal where exactly on earth you can feel this pull. First, there is Kailasa in the west. You see, this temple wasn't just built with stones, it was carved out of a single mountain. When you are there, you start feeling the divinity. I mean, the divinity isn't just inside the temple, it is the temple itself. It feels unshakable. The fire you feel there is one of a deep, profound stillness. And then you go south and you stand before Arunachala. Here, the mountain isn't just a symbol, it's believed to be the living and breathing body of Shiva himself. There is no separation. The feeling of divine presence is so direct. The fire you feel is one of a pure, immediate connection. As you travel east, you come to the Puri Jagannath temple. This place, it almost feels like it defies physics. The flag on top blows against the wind, and when you step inside the sanctum, the roar of the ocean just falls silent. It's a place that asks your logical mind to just let go. The fire you feel here is one of complete surrender. Deep in the northeast, you find Kamakhya, one of the most powerful sites on earth. Here, the divine is worshipped not as an idol, but as the living womb of the goddess Shakti. What you feel here is something primal, raw, and creative. It's like you can feel the very source of life itself. Then you climb high up to the roof of the world, to the sacred shrine of Kedarnath. This place has stood against the elements of nature for over 1,000 years. The presence you feel here is raw, untamed, and so intensely pure. The fire you feel is one of dissolution. It's a power that seems to burn away everything that's not essential, leaving only the truth of who you are. And finally, to complete the circle, you arrive on the ancient coast at Dwaraka. It feels like a gateway to a lost sacred kingdom. Here, the divine presence feels timeless. Your own small spark doesn't just join a fire, it feels like it's joining an ancient chorus of devotion, echoing across the ocean from the sunken city of Lord Krishna himself. Kailasa, Arunachala, Kedarnath. You see, these aren't just names of places on a map. They are the source, the original sound of that echo we have all been chasing. The path is no longer about trying to protect a tiny spark. It's about finding a way to align yourselves with one of these eternal fires. But India is vast. A journey like this, it can feel overwhelming. You might start to wonder, where do I begin? How can I navigate this safely? How can I find a real heart of these sacred places and not just the tourist trail? And this is the whole reason why Smukti exists. We don't really think of it as planning those typical tours. It's more like we are curating a sacred experience. We want to be the bridge that connects your spark to the fire that's waiting for you here. So if you're already feeling that pull, do connect with us. It will be just a simple conversation to discover how you can begin your own journey in India.